Hi, my name's Alice and I'd like to welcome everybody to the 4th Moggy Modules video. I work for the charity called Cats Protection, and if you haven't ever heard of us before, we're a charity that looks after lots and lots of cats and kittens in many different ways. One of the ways that we can help cats is by helping them to find new homes when they haven't got one of their own. Before we begin though, have you heard of our Moggy Modules? There are free downloadable resources that you can use to learn more about cats. They're full of interactive activities and things to do, and you can find them on our education website. So why not check them out after this video today? What are we going to be learning about today then? Today is all about the 4th welfare need for cats, and that is the right healthcare. So what are we going to be doing? We've got a fun scavenger hunt. We're going to learn all about how to keep your cat healthy, and then we're going to be making a craft. Today's craft, we're going to make a veterinary medical kit for you to play with. I hope you're looking forward to that one. If you do make any crafts or take any photos, why not share them with us on our social media pages? You could pop them on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TheMoggyModules. We love seeing what you've been getting up to. Right, let's get started. Okay, it's time for our scavenger hunt. If you played along last week, you're going to know exactly what to do. But for anyone that might have missed last week's video, I'll repeat the rules for you, so don't worry. Today, we're going to be health hunters, and I want you to look for things around your home that keep you fit and well. I'll reveal a list of items, and you will need to search for them in your house. You could either bring them back, you could take a photograph, or maybe make a list of everything you found. You could even time how long it takes you to find all the things on my list. Okay, are we ready for my list? The first thing I'd like you to find is something that you would use when you're exercising. That might be a bicycle, a skipping rope, or a football. You've got to find it. The second thing I'd like you to find is some soap. So something that keeps our hands clean. The third thing I'd like you to find is something healthy to eat. So a piece of fruit or maybe a vegetable. The fourth and final thing I'd like you to find is a comb or a hairbrush. Okay, ready? Pause the video now and get hunting. Good luck. How did you get on? I hope you had lots of fun being a health hunter. Well done for finding things on my checklist. We need lots of things to stay healthy, and cats do too. I've brought a few things along with me to show you how you can keep your cat healthy. One of the first things I asked you to look for on your scavenger hunt, and perhaps you found one, was a hairbrush or a comb. We use those to keep the tangles and knots out of our hair. And if ever we forget to brush our hair, sometimes we can get knots that are very uncomfortable to get rid of. So it's very important that when we have a cat, we brush their hair frequently. This is a cat brush, and you can see how soft and gentle the bristles are. When you brush your cat, it's important that you brush them in the direction that their hair grows. This will stop them getting any uncomfortable mats in their fur. And it will also keep their coat looking beautiful. So remember to brush your cat frequently. This next thing I've got to show you, I wonder if you've seen one before. Maybe think about where you've seen this. This is called a stethoscope, and you might have seen one when you visited the doctors or perhaps the vets. A vet is an animal doctor. And cats, just like us, can feel poorly and need to see the vet. The vet might have to look at the cat very closely, and they might use some special equipment to see if it's feeling well on the inside. Cats might need some medicine or an operation given to them by the vet to make them feel all better again. Now, inside this keyring, just here, this is a microchip. And this is something that the vet might give your cat. It would be placed at the back of the neck of the cat. And the great thing about having a microchip in your cat is if ever it gets lost, we're able to scan your cat just like at the supermarket, and get them safely back to you. Microchips are great at keeping your cats safe if ever they get lost. Lots of people put collars on their cats, but actually collars are very good at slipping off and breaking away. So the best thing to do is give your cat a microchip. Now, I wonder if you know what these are. These live inside cats' tummies usually, and they wriggle around, making them feel quite poorly. Do you know what they are yet? These are worms, and they can make your cat feel very poorly. If you think your cat's got worms, you'll need to get some special medicine to get rid of them or to prevent your cat from getting them. Now, I wonder if you know what this might be right here. It's got 6 legs. In real life, it is very, very tiny and you'd barely be able to see it. They also make your cat feel very itchy and scratchy. Do you know what it is yet? This is a flea. And fleas are tiny little insects that live in the coats and the fur of cats. They make the cats feel very itchy and very scratchy, and that can be quite uncomfortable. So we need to make sure that we give our cats medicine that stops them from getting fleas or gets rid of them if ever they catch them. Remember though, that dog medicine can be poisonous to cats and make them really, really unwell. So always make sure you're giving your cat the correct medicine and visit your vet if you're unsure. If you like learning about cat health, check out our Moggy Modules online. We've got one all about this topic so you can become an expert. They're available on our education website and they're free to download. Now it's time to have a look at making our craft. Okay, so our craft is going to be a pretend veterinary medical kit. And to make this, you will need a shoebox, some paint and a paintbrush. And if you don't have paint or a paintbrush, you might want some wrapping paper, some scissors, some sellotape, and you're going to want a pen or some felt tips for decorating. So we'll make a start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all over my shoebox. So I've got some leftover paint here that needs using up, but you might have got some water-based acrylic or something that you can use up too. So I'm going to paint my shoebox so that it looks like a medical box for a vet. And I've chosen this nice bluey green colour, but you can pick whatever your favourite colour might be. And I make sure that everywhere has got a good coating of paint all over. So, okay, now that my shoebox is painted, I've popped it to dry and I've washed my hands. Now it's time to make some things that we might find inside a veterinary medical kit. And the first thing we're going to make is our stethoscope. What you're going to need for this craft will be 2 pipe cleaners, 2 bottle top lids, some sticky tape, and some tin foil. Okay, let's have a look at how we do this. The first thing we're going to create is our earpiece. So with my first pipe cleaner, I'm going to create a U shape, like so. Okay. Now the next thing I need to do is create my tubing. So on my U shape, I'm going to attach the 2 together, and I'm going to do that by wrapping it around the U shape. So I'm going to go round once, then I'm going to go round again. And now I've got something that looks like the letter Y. Wonderful. Now, this is where I'm going to use my bottle top lids. Don't worry if you've not got milk bottle tops, it can be a shampoo bottle or something else, but you need a disc shape. So to do this, I've got to attach my bottle top lids to my pipe cleaner. So I've bent it inside like this, and using a tiny piece of sticky tape, I'm going to attach it on the inside. So I'm going to put a little bit of sticky tape to secure it inside that bottle lid. Okay, that shouldn't move now whilst I'm working with it. And the next thing I need is my second bottle lid to pop it on top like this. And what I want to do once it's on top is I want some more sticky tape to secure it into place. So I'm going to pinch them together and I'm going to pop some sticky tape to hold them in place, sticking down. I'm going to also wrap some more the opposite way. So I'm going to do a crisscross over those bottle top lids. So using some more sticky tape, I'm going to stick it around in the opposite direction. Now it doesn't look too tidy at the moment, and we want to give it this nice shiny appearance that our real stethoscopes have got. And to do that, I'm going to need to use a tiny bit of tin foil. So ripping a small section of tin foil, I'm then going to wrap my two bottle top lids up, making sure that all of the bottle lid is covered in this shiny material. So I'm going to squeeze it round, making sure it looks like it's the right shape and tucking it into place. There we go, and there you have it. You've got one homemade stethoscope, just like the real thing. Now, another very useful item to put in your medical kit might be some x-rays. Now, these are just printed and I've managed to laminate them so that they look really effective and they'll be long lasting. However, it's nice to get creative too. So if you've got some plain black paper and a piece of chalk, what you can do is have a look at a cat skeleton and you can draw your very own x-ray like mine. Once your shoebox is dry, it's time to get decorating. You might want to add some writing or your name. You might have some stickers that you could pop on. I've made a handle using an old pipe cleaner that I'd got spare, but you might be able to use some string or perhaps a ribbon. And then if you add a bit of tape along the bottom, you'll find that your veterinary medical box will open and close for you to pop in all the equipment we've made. So, there we have it, your very own veterinary medical kit with supplies. Your teddies are going to have so much fun playing vets with you. And hopefully you'll have a lot of fun making yours too. Don't forget to upload your photos using the hashtag Moggy Modules. You might need to take your cat or kitten to visit the vet for a very special operation called neutering. Neutering is a simple and straightforward procedure, and it's actually one that Cats Protection would recommend to all cat owners. Cats are very good at reproducing very, very quickly. We can see in my picture we've got a mummy cat, and we call the mummy cat a queen. She's had 3 litters this year and produced 18 kittens in just 1 year. What can make this even more complicated is when her kittens are 4 months old, they can start to reproduce too. And there'll be lots and lots and lots of kittens. And there's simply just not enough good homes for all those kittens. Cats Protection recommends you neuter your cat as soon as possible. And it can actually help them by preventing certain diseases, so makes them even healthier. Let's take a look at this next clip and we'll find out more about why you should neuter your female and male cats. Thank you so much for joining me here today for the Moggy Modules. I hope you've had lots of fun and learnt a lot about the cat's need for the right health care. If you like learning about cats, why not check out our Moggy Modules? They're free to download and they're available on our education website. Tell us in the comments what you thought of today's session, and even better, if you've taken photographs of your crafts and things that you've made or playing with your teddies, take a photo and pop it on our social media pages for us. We love to see what you've been getting up to. Next week is all about the 5th welfare need and why cats need space. So don't forget to tune in with us and have lots of fun. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.